Hey guys, it's Sunshine, and today I'm going to be talking about signs they're really not your friend. In today's video, I'm more so going to be talking about some signs of someone not really being your friend or really not liking you. And I mean, of course, this can extend to any other type of relationship, including like romantic or family, or even like co-workers and schoolmates. But this is just going to be more so based on friendships. I personally have dealt with a lot of crappy friends, to say the least, or crappy friendships. So I definitely think that I'm qualified on giving some signs when it comes to somebody really not being your friend. And just because you don't have the best friendship experiences doesn't mean that you're a bad person or you don't deserve to have friends. I feel like that's like a big misconception, that if you're not able to like keep friends or have friends, that you're just like a horrible person or you just don't deserve friends, which is completely untrue, because there's tons of people who do shitty stuff that have a bunch of friends. So obviously that's not the case. But everyone's circumstance is different, and when it comes to making like genuine friends, it's really not easy. So if you're out there trying to make friends, trying to make a friendship circle or have connections that are really solid, definitely don't give up. You just gotta stay consistent, but the most important thing is staying true to yourself. But without further ado, let's get right into signs that they're really not your friend. The first sign is they don't make effort into your relationship. So let's say you're always having to initiate, like always having to reach out to them, always having to ask them out, always trying to like plan things, and for whatever reason, like they're just not making the effort to hang out with you or talk to you or just invest energy into you, but they're able to do it for their other friends. So that right there should just let you know they don't care for you. Unless they themselves are like going through something like where they just really aren't talking to anybody, period. Or maybe like there's maybe that one person that they might talk to every now and then, but you know, kind of like they're tuning out the rest of the world. If they're able to talk to everybody else and their mom but you, they just don't like you. They just don't care for you like that. They just don't care for you or value you as you do for them, especially if you're the one that's always trying to initiate plans, or you're the one that's always trying to like initiate talking to them, but they just aren't being like reciprocal in reaching out or planning things. Or whenever you try to plan things, plans always fall through, like, oh, yeah, like they just never make an effort into hanging out with you, but they have the time and the effort to hang out with their other friends. So whatever the case may be, they just obviously don't rock with you like that. Sign number two would be they only hit you up when they need something. The only time they text you, call you, anything, reach out to you is when they need something, when they need like advice, when they need money, when they need whatever. Like they just need something from you. That's the only time they reach out to you or want to hang out, is when they can gain something from you. Not ever want to reach out or talk to you just to check on you, make sure you're still alive, still breathing. They only want to talk to you when it's convenient to them. So like, why? Like, I get it, every like different dynamics, every dynamic has like their own thing going on, but when it comes, that's when you have to like then draw the line between, okay, like you're maybe an associate, or you're a person like, let's say like business partner, or you're like a classmate, or you're even like, that like some like that's a person that you talk to time to time, but because you guys have a common interest, okay, cool. But to go as far as like, oh, that's my friend, no. Like, a friend is someone that genuinely wants to talk to you, genuinely wants to have a conversation with you, genuinely wants to make sure you're alive, okay, breathing. Like a friend is a person that wants to converse with you, and it's not that it has to be like they're gaining something from you. And I mean, that's a thing. Granted, all relationships technically is a transaction. Like, just something as simple as having a conversational, that's an energy exchange. So in that sense, yes. But in the sense of, oh, like, the only time they hit you up is because they need a vent to you, or the only time they hit you up is because they need money, or the only time they hit you up is because, let's say you're really skilled at something and they need your expertise on it, and that's the only time they hit you up. So then I don't think that's really a friend. I think that's just somebody that just needs you. Another sign someone is not your friend is they watch but they don't applaud. Honestly, if you're friends with somebody, I think that you should be cheering for your friends. Is it that every single thing they do, oh my god, friend, you just ate. Oh my god, friend, you just burped. Oh my god, friend, you just wiped the crust out your eye when you woke up in the morning. Like, obviously not. But if you see that your friend is like being proactive, like they're accomplishing their goals, they're completing milestones, they're like doing things that you see is like elevating them, why wouldn't you clap for your friend? So if your friend is not cheering for you, then it's just very like side-eye. And people like to do this weird thing where it's like, oh my god, like I see you're doing this thing or you're doing that thing, and it's like, okay, you see me doing it, but it's like, you know, you can say something like, oh, that's so cool, congratulations, da, da, da. And mind you, it's not even like it'll be people that I don't really talk to. I'm giving my like experience, but it's not even people that I don't really talk to or people that I don't even know like that. But it will be people that like I know, and it's like, what does it make that makes you feel so uncomfortable that you can't even be like, oh my god, like girl, I seen you just did da da da, congratulations. Why is it that people have to feel like, oh, like I'm just gonna watch from the sidelines, and then 5 years later, oh yeah, I saw that you did that thing 5 years ago, and it's just like, I mean, you could have said something right there and then, but okay. So to me, I just think that, and I'm not necessarily saying that it in itself is rooted in being malicious or them being like, you know, hating or whatever, but I definitely do think that it's important to have a support system, to have people around you that definitely are not afraid to applaud. And of course, it's important for our individual selves to clap for ourselves and be proud of ourselves, because honestly, a lot of times people aren't going to clap for us, and that's okay. Our biggest cheerleader is supposed to be ourselves. Our biggest, number one, main, will always be their cheerleader, has to be ourselves, period. But that does not negate or take away from the idea or the importance of having a support system, let alone a support system that is not afraid to cheer for you, scream for you, applaud for you, and show up for you. So I definitely do think that people or friends that are around you that don't congratulate you or don't cheer you on or don't like show support are definitely questionable. Friends that aren't considerate are not your friends. When you're in a relationship with anybody, there has to be some sort of consideration. I mean, we all have our selfish ways. We all have our selfish ways of thinking. Understandable. But people that like just flat out just are not considerate or just don't try to show a little bit of consideration, they're not your friend. They don't care for you. They don't bother to like follow up, don't check up on you. They don't bother to see if like, let's say they invited you out to an event, right, and you weren't able to make it, and they don't even like be like, hey, like you were trying to call me or trying to text me, why weren't you able to come, or is everything okay, like what's going on? They don't even try to follow up and see like why you weren't able to make it to the event that they invited you to. ideally your friend would be like, hey, like, is everything cool? Like, you said you weren't able to come. I know things were chaotic, things were hectic, but why weren't you able to come? Like, is everything okay? Like, what's going on? Mind you, especially if you, like, you yourself are putting in the effort to like talk to that friend and let them know that, hey, I'm not able to come. I remember, like, this was like back in high school. This girl, we weren't really friends, but you know, we were clearly cool enough for her to invite me to her birthday dinner, and she sent me the information, all that stuff, and I pulled up to the restaurant, and I went to the hostess, and I was like, hey, like, I'm here for the party of the like insert person's name. And they were like, oh, well, we don't see anything here, like, I don't, like, basically as if that person didn't make a reservation. So I'm like, that's weird. And they're like, just obviously wait around and wait and see. Waited for about like maybe a good like 30-45 minutes. Nothing. Like, I didn't see anybody. I didn't see her. I didn't see anybody that, because this was like in high school, so I didn't see anybody that like I knew who would have been there. And like, I obviously texted her like, hey, like, I'm here, like, what's going on? Crickets. So it's like, oh. And then from that point on, I was like, girl, that is weird as hell. Like, you're gonna invite me to your birthday dinner and then you're gonna cancel it, and then you're not even gonna follow up, tell me anything about, like, oh, like, there was a change of plans, or hey, it got canceled. And then when I reach out to you, you literally ghost me. So, like, that's just to give you an idea. Yeah, that was really bizarre. So it's just stuff like that where it's just like, you're also trying to make an effort and people just are not trying to meet you halfway. So they don't talk to you if they have an issue. If they have an issue with you, instead of talking to you, they literally talk to everybody else but you about the issue. And it's like, that's so backwards, because it's like, if you have an issue with somebody, wouldn't it make sense to talk to the person that you have an issue with? You know what I mean? And especially if that person is a friend or a person that you care for, it would make sense, obviously, to maintain and preserve that relationship, to talk to that person. And I mean, I get it, like, that discomfort and even the fear of like, oh my god, like, if I confront this person or talk to this person about something, there's that potential of us not being friends. But it's like, you would rather ghost a person than to actually talk to your friend about an issue. And then it's like, if that person doesn't even know that there's an issue to begin with, what do you want them to do? So definitely, if a person has an issue with you and they're not talking to you about it, but they talk to everybody else about it, obviously they're not your fucking friend. Like, come on now. Because a friend will literally be like, hey, like, whatever, like, hey, I have an issue with you, it made me feel this way. And then however you guys choose to proceed from there is you guys' choice. But in order for that to even happen, there definitely has to be a conversation initiated to communicate that there is obviously some type of disharmony in the friendship. So people that just don't talk, that don't communicate, especially if there's an issue, but they choose to be like passive aggressive, like, that should be throwing me off. I'm just like, why are you being passive aggressive when you can just be like direct and be like, hey, like, this is bothering me? Just like, it's just so weird. Like, just if there's an issue, say something, And a lot of times too, it's just like, obviously you think how you feel is petty, because if it really was that much of an issue, you would have said something, right? Or you can't even find what's wrong, what someone else did to you, because you're not saying anything. So it's like, if there's obviously an issue and someone's clearly in the wrong or wronged you, it would make sense to talk to that person about it. That person being a friend or whomever, honestly. So if a friend has an issue with you and they don't talk to you about it, that's not a friend. Like, why are you talking to everybody else but that person about the issue? That doesn't make sense. Imitation is not flattery. Imitation is not flattery. A friend that imitates you, all I can say is run, 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 run. Do not be around people that imitate you, people that study you and then imitate you because they are in competition with you. How do I know this? Because I've literally experienced it. If you even go through my channel, I literally told a story time from like back in high school, but literally an example I gave that was like a sign of this girl not liking me was literally the fact that she was literally imitating the smallest things I did. So to me, people that literally they just like watch what you do and then like they feel the need to like imitate it, that's so bizarre, because it's like, why do you want to be somebody else? Why do you feel like, oh well, such and such did this, so let me just do what such and such did so I can get the same results, when it's like, no, that's not how it works. Like, such and such did their own thing because that is what is tailored and unique for such and such. Like, you need to be your own person. You need to be you. You need to be original. So anybody that you notice is like constantly like, or like a friend anyways, if you feel like your friend is constantly like copying you or like imitating you, you definitely want to like keep a side eye on them, because they're probably in imaginary competition with you, and it's just like, that's a competition they're going to fucking lose anyways, because it's like, how could anybody compete to be another person? Like, that's an automatic loss. Like like, it's just no. Like, if you're competing to be another person, you automatically lose. That makes no sense. You will never be that other person. So no. But yeah, definitely be around people that are inspired. I mean, we all inspire each other, so that's not an issue. Definitely be around people that get inspired, who are like, oh my god, like, okay, such and such is doing their own thing, you know, and who be around people that, yeah, like, you inspire them and they inspire you, and that's great. Like, definitely. And when it comes, and the thing with inspiration too is like, you definitely put your own essence behind that inspiration. So inspiration does not have to be like, it has to be exactly the same. Like, oh, like, you have a braiding business, so now your friend has to start a braiding business. Unless that's something they genuinely want to do, that's different. But if it's like they themselves are lost and they don't know what to do with themselves, as a friend, obviously you can sit down with them, you know, help them navigate what their true desires and wants are. But that's their job to figure it out and understand what they want to create, instead of being a freaking blind sheep and just like trying to follow everybody else, let alone you as a person. And then they end up resenting you and just trying to compete with you because they want what you have. But it's like, if you just embrace who you are and know what you want and just tap into who you are, then you end up creating what you want and you would genuinely be satisfied, you know? So my advice would definitely be to stay clear, stay away from people that literally have to just copy you. Or because also too, in a way, I kind of see it like, they don't even see you as a friend at that point. They just see you as like they see you as kind of like a muse, or like, you know, like some people, like they look up to like celebrities, or even, yeah, like they'll look up to like a celebrity and it's like, oh, I inspire to be like this celebrity, and they don't even see you as like a person that they actually have a relationship with. They put you on a pedestal, basically. They put you on a pedestal, and you don't want to be in relationships with people that put you on a pedestal. Of course, you want to be in a relationship with people that think highly of you, but you don't want to be in relationships with people that put you on a pedestal higher than themselves, because as quickly as they are to put you up, as quickly as they are to bring you down and try to create some type of problem. So be careful. Alright guys, so this is some quick signs as to whether somebody doesn't fuck with you or isn't really your friend. Comment down below some advice you guys have, or some tips, or some signs that you guys have or know of when it comes to people that just definitely don't have the best intention for a friendship. And again, it doesn't even have to just be a friendship. It can extend to family, it could extend romantic interest, anybody that you want to create a genuine relationship with that is like healthy and strong, and you just feel like the energy's off. These are just some signs. But yeah, and do you guys think I should do one where if someone is really into you or not when it comes to dating? I feel like those are really easy. That's a really easy one. But if you guys want a video like that, definitely comment down below. Or even like a family one, like, because I know a lot of people too, they definitely have like strained relationships with like their family members, so that could definitely be a really interesting one to talk about, as well as signs about someone not really wanting to develop a relationship with you family wise. But aside from that, we're not gonna let people stop us from being fierce. We're not gonna let people stop us from putting ourselves out there and showing up, so that way we can find the people that are truly meant for us, because it is a journey, it takes time, but it's okay because it'll all be worth it. But in the meantime, make sure to stay fly, never be dry, and always be fierce. You will definitely be seeing more of me. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye. I literally be like trying to think of what to say for like my outros, and like literally guys, like if I were to include the bloopers, it would just be a minute, because I literally will like just blah 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 blah, blah stumble over my words trying to think of what to say. And I don't know, maybe it's because it's like the camera's in front of me, so just like subconsciously I'm just like, oh fuck, like I gotta make sure like what I say is good. And then it's like now that pressure is on me, I'm like making sure the video is good. But guys bye.